Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This week, I started talking about my journey into taking responsibility for myself and for my relationship. And this, I wasn't able to fully be a leader in the relationship and in my household until I was willing to take this responsibility. Now, gentlemen, today I'm going to give us 5 tips to help take responsibility of your life and your relationship. But first, I want to talk to ladies. Ladies, before you settle for a partner, you need to make sure they're ready to take responsibility of themselves before you commit a family and yourself to them. How do you expect them to take responsibility of you if they can't even take responsibility of themselves? Now, this does work for men as well, but I'm specifically talking to you ladies today. So what do I mean by responsibility? Your hygiene, your health, your finances. Now, you don't have to be a millionaire. You just need to be able to budget and live on what you're earning. You don't need a 6-pack or to be able to run a 20-minute 5K. You just need to understand healthy nutrition and how to keep your body active. And when I'm talking about personal hygiene and appearance, I'm talking about how do you carry yourself on a day-to-day basis. These are simple things that you can see visually in somebody. And what do they aspire to be? If you're not aspiring to be anything in the future, you're not going to start taking responsibility for yourself. But you lot, that's going to lead on to my 5 tips and how you gentlemen can take more responsibility in your lives and in turn in your relationships. Here we go. Number 1, stop blaming others. So what do I mean by stop blaming others? Well, the answer is in the question. Why are you blaming someone else for where you are right this present moment in time? And by doing that, you're not taking responsibility for your actions that have led you to where you are today. Now, I know that might sound like a simple concept. And I know sometimes you'll come up with excuses like, I'm poor, I had a bad childhood, my relationship's toxic. But you were the influence behind getting you to where you are today. You can't help what you were born into, but you can help the situations that led you to where you are and accept the decisions that you decided to make are the reason why you're here. And once you take on that understanding that you are responsible, you can then see a clearer picture and understand that by your actions, you can get yourself away from this environment or create a new environment for yourself. Now, I know life is unfair. There's no arguing with that. Some people will seem like they have everything. Some people will seem like they're always fighting uphill. But the truth is, in the matter, you decide the fights that you want to pick. And you judge other people's lives by your standards when you don't really understand what they're going through in their lives, even if on Instagram or other social media platforms, it looks like they're living the life, the dream that you would want. Tip number 2, love yourself. You see, we're always looking for outside influences to build us up and make us feel good about ourselves. Ticks and likes on Instagram, shares, comments. But the reality is, no real worth will happen until you love yourself. And we love ourselves by taking care of ourselves emotionally, physically, taking care of our hygiene. And once we take these steps towards loving ourselves, we then can embrace who we really are. You see, otherwise you'll end up getting caught in a narrative that other people are making for you. And once you get caught in a narrative that people are making for you, you'll dress how they deem fit for you to dress. You'll dress what they feel comfortable for you to dress. You'll talk how they want you to talk. But once you love yourself, you'll find the friends that you want, the partner that you want, and the relationship of your dreams. Number 3, what does your day look like? I don't mean tell me now, but think about it. What does your day look like? What have you planned in your life on a day-to-day basis that benefits you, that improves you? Are you exercising regularly? Are you eating healthily? Are you spending time with your family? Are you keeping your own identity by allowing you time with your friends? A lot of us end up doing the same thing like Groundhog Day all the time, not realizing that it's a negative to our lives. Are we going out drinking after work every day because of the stress and pressures that we've been put under? Are we eating fast food because it's quick and easy to pick up all the time and we're putting on extra weight? Are you spending enough time with your family and your partner? That way you're not going home to a split up household and you're trying to keep your family together. You see, unless you're prioritizing your life above outside circumstances, your life will slowly go downhill and it will hit rock bottom before you realize it. And that's not what we want to do. We want you to take responsibility for yourself, your actions, and your family. Number 4, you need to accept that negative emotions are part of life. See, I had a conversation today, and it's in my stories, when I walked into a shop and the lady in the shop said she was happy. I was like, oh, that's amazing. She said, sometimes I'm happy and sometimes I'm not so happy. So she understands that no matter what emotion she's in, she's still herself and she's happy to be herself. So if you're not happy and you're sad at this present moment in time, or depressed or anxious, you're just not as happy as you can be. You can't always be up here. Life's a roller coaster and you just have to stay on the journey. Tip number 5, do what you say you'll do. You see, there's no other phase that signifies taking responsibility than taking responsibility of the words you use. If you say you'll be somewhere on time, if you say you're going to do something for somebody, if you say you're going to go for a run with somebody, or even to yourself, do what you say you'll do. Every time you do that, you reinforce the message to yourself that you're now taking responsibility. You see, once you start making excuses for specific things, it becomes easier and easier. The same way it becomes easier and easier to take ownership the more you do it. So if today I said I was going to go and meet someone at 9 o'clock and I ended up being late, at a certain point people expect you to be late every time. And that is not a responsible attitude, because people will know you let them down. And then once that becomes, then you start letting yourself down. And we don't want to be in that situation. We want to make sure you're taking responsibility for everything that you do.